Well, hey there, Grace Church. Thursday afternoon, September 3rd, getting ready to head into Labor Day weekend, which is kind of unofficially the beginning of fall, right? And I think we're all looking forward to some cooler weather, which there's a possibility we might get next week from what I am looking at on our weather app. And I'm kind of excited about that, hopefully. I like cooler weather. I really love the fall, and I think a lot of you guys do as well. But nevertheless, I want to come to you and share with you a couple quick updates that I'm pretty pumped about. Okay, number one, this coming Sunday, September 6th, Labor Day weekend, we're going to be launching into a new preaching series called Citizens and Saints. It's a preaching series through the book of Daniel, and the underlying question that we want to try to answer is what does it mean and what does it look like for us to live as God's people to live in a land that's not our home? What does it look like for God's people to live in a land that's not our home? And I think this is an important question for us to answer right now, or at least seek the answers to, especially as we've really dealt with some very difficult and tense situations this year in our nation. We're looking down the road here to the election season. So I believe what we're going to find in Daniel is going to be immensely helpful to us as we try to navigate this season. And I'm excited to kind of explore these things with you. But one of the main themes we're going to see emerge out of this study is that, in spite of our momentary inflictions and the tensions and the political tensions, and we can trust that God is unfailing, and that God will bring us all the way home, and that He will get the victory. Like it's His work, not ours. And we're going to see that clearly in the book of Daniel. And because of that, we can stand on another theme that we're going to see over and over and over again in this book. It is this, that, you know what, in spite of how difficult our lives are, and in spite of maybe even our own struggles with sin, our own inability to see things clearly, we can be assured that not only we can survive in this culture, we can actually thrive in it. We can thrive in this toxic culture. And so I'm really excited about getting into this series with you, and I hope that you'll be here Sunday as we kick it off. And so, plan on being here. It's going to be a great, great Sunday together. Second thing I want to alert you to is I'm excited that we're going to be launching Sunday School on September 13th. It's been a long time coming. I think a lot of us are excited about getting back into that rhythm. We're going to have classes for kids, classes for adults, all the things that we were having before we shut down for COVID back in March. But of course, this also means we have to, be mindful and thoughtful and deliberate in the way we go about doing things. And so, in an effort to try to make sure we can maintain the rhythms that we find important to the life of our church, as well as be mindful of the looming flu and cold season and the cooler weather, the elders have chosen to move to what we call a kind of a color-coded system, a color phase system. That may sound a little goofy, but you'll see what I'm talking about when you read the update. The idea is that whether it's green, yellow, orange, or red, it'll give us a really quick kind of a way to evaluate our current situation if we need to make changes for the church. We're actually going to start September 13th at yellow, and so I want you to go on there and read all the details about what yellow will entail. I think we're all going to be pleasantly surprised that we're moving in a very measured and a very moderate situation as we've been trying to do all along. But we also have we have measures in there just in case we see some kind of difficult season come up. We have an outbreak in our church or whatever. We want to be ready for those things as well. So read the elder updates you can see on the link below. And I also want to encourage you to do your level best to be an encouragement during these days, to continue as you are, because God is doing something really wonderful in our church. You have been so faithful this year, not only in your attendance, but just in your presence with each other, your financial stewardship, all these kinds of things. This has been a really a surprising year, considering the circumstances we're facing. And on top of that, since we reopened 15 weeks ago, we've seen a ton of new families come join us, start attending. And so several of those families are going to start going through Foundations course here in a few weeks. So I'm seriously excited about that. We got Baptism Sunday coming up, so we've got a few people going to go through that. But it's going to be really, really powerful time over the next week. So let's keep our eyes on the prize. Let's keep our eyes focused on Christ, the author and perfecter of our salvation, and trust that He will guide us through all these weird and wonky times. Okay, guys? I will see you Sunday. I'm out of here. Have a good weekend.